with coverage you can count on. This is News Channel 8 at noon.
Coming up on News Channel 8 at noon, it is wedding season, and if you've got the tall task of making a toast, then we've got some tips to keep your audience engaged. We'll talk with the author of this book. The good news is you've been chosen to be the best man or the maid of honor. The bad news, you'll have to make a toast. But have no fear, Wedding Toast Made Easy has hit bookstore shelves, and author Tom Haibeck is here with some tips on toasting. And I think most of us, if not all of us, have sat through some embarrassing toast that you just want to pull the plug on it because you're cringing there for them, right?
Yeah, I hear it again and again and again. I wish I'd had that book. My brother-in-law could have used that book. We've all been through that.
But you say don't just get up there and do it. It takes research, write it out, practice a number of times, right?
Yeah, I think being asked to make a wedding toast is one of life's great honors. And as such, I think you should, take time to do your homework and to do a really great job. When people just assume they can stand up and just wing it, that's so
usually doesn't work
when they get into trouble.
All right, you have 5 things to do when toasting. We want to put them up on the screen. And we'll choose the first one. Choose a theme for your toast.
Yeah, it's kind of like your grade 9 English teacher asking you to pick a theme for your essay. Similar with a toast, and 2 reasons. One, it helps focus you on a specific theme.
So are you going to go with humor, or are you going to be more serious, that sort of thing?
Well, themes such as why they're good for each other. Lessons I've learned about living with the groom that I want to pass on to the bride. Those kind of things that work really well in terms of focusing you on some subject matter and focusing the audience so they can follow along.
Use point form notes, so don't write it all out.
Writing out word for word, you're going to read it word for word, and you're going to sound canned and phony. I think people should write it out word for word, point form notes on recipe cards, and just lift those point form notes kind of off the page and speak to them.
Sort of like an outline. Also, in preparing, know when you're expected to make your toast and familiarize yourself with the location.
I guarantee you, if you have a chance to rehearse in the room where you'll actually make the toast, if you can do that in advance, you're going to do a better job because you're going to be familiar with that location. You're going to have some sense of ownership of that room.
And the people at the banquet hall might wonder what you're doing. And then you say close with class. What do you mean by that?
Well, a toast should ultimately be a tribute to the bride and groom, and you might have some fun along the way. You might poke a little fun at them, but ultimately you should close with class. You should bring it back to a tribute to the bride and groom. All
right, 5 things not to do when toasting. Never use canned toasts.
Yeah,
and that's not toast in a can. What is that?
The internet is full of canned toast. You can buy a wedding toast. It's pre-written, and you're going to read it word for word. And again, you're going to sound canned and phony. I think the key to a great wedding toast is to personalize your toast, to make it relevant, and talk about your experience with the bride and groom and why they're special in your lives, that kind of thing.
We talked about preparing, but also length. How long should a toast be?
Toast 3 to 5 minutes max.
Not longer.
You can say a lot in 60 seconds, but 3 to 5 max. And again, if you rehearse in advance, you'll get a sense of what 3 to 5 minutes is.
I love this. Never use humor that would offend your grandmother.
Just imagine your grandmother sitting front row, and if a joke or a story that you're planning to tell would offend her, don't use it, because wedding audiences, broad cross-section of people. And
last but certainly not least, probably most important, is never have more than 1 drink before your toast, right?
I actually advocate not drinking at all, and here's why. If you have 1 drink, what often happens is I have 1 drink, I'm not loose yet, I'm not comfortable, so I have a 2nd drink, and they have a 2nd drink and they're not loose yet, and they have a 3rd drink, and it carries on, and they all often wind up soused and embarrassing.
All right, Tom Haibeck, thanks again. The book, again, is called Wedding Toast Made Easy. For more information, you can check out our website at WTNH.com. I think I know a couple people who could use that book. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you.